Okay, everybody, this is just going to be an overview on how to set up a logic tree. You can make the actual logic tree in something like PowerPoint, where you can have drawing tools or Word, or you can use a flowchart maker. There's an example of a little app in the unknown one area that a student found, and it does work fairly well. So you can use that little app if you'd like. But at any rate, you want to end up with a logic tree that looks something like this. Now, the important point about this is that you have to have only 20 names, okay? 20 names on the page, period. So if you count, right, you count all of these, you'll see that every name on the unknown list only appears one time. That is it, okay? So what you're doing is you're making sure that all of the names appear only one time. Okay, the other thing that you want to ensure is that you have spelled everything properly. You don't want to lose points on something like that. And you want to show how you are getting rid of the choices, right? So this is basically a process of elimination. Okay, so you're showing me where you have decided that organisms are not a choice anymore, right? You have eliminated them as a choice at that step. So let's look at this first example. So this is just someone's unknown, and they decided that they had a facultative aerobe. So notice that they kind of have a color code so that you can follow their path. They have a facultative anaerobe. So they haven't listed anything down below there. They're just showing you that all the organisms that have been identified as aerobes, and this is a mistake, right? All of the organisms that are aerobes are eliminated right there. That organism, Shigella, actually should have been eliminated right there. Okay, so there was a mistake on that one, but you get the idea. So you eliminate the aerobes, and then you can see that their next choice was, well, they had a motile organism, so they got rid of the non-motile choices. So these are organisms that are never motile. You don't get rid of ones that are sometimes motile, sometimes not, or whatever. You can get rid of the non-motile choices. If you found that your organism was not motile, you might want to think twice about getting rid of the motile ones, but you definitely can get rid of the ones that are motile, get rid of the non-motile ones if you're motile, okay? It's always a good idea to start with those things that you're positive for and get rid of the things that are never positive. Those are that's a sure way of narrowing your field down in a good, accurate manner. Okay, so they picked they first used the oxygen requirement, which is a great place to start. Then they used the fact that they were motile to get rid of non-motile organisms. Their next point was, okay, they're citrate positive. So they got rid of organisms that they looked up that were never citrate positive. Okay, and then so on. So they just went down the line, choosing tests and eliminating organisms that never have that result. Okay, if it's sometimes positive, sometimes negative, you don't want to get rid of that. You only want to get rid of the ones that you say, okay, this never has that result, so I'm going to get rid of it. You're just showing me your process of elimination, and you just keep choosing tests until you get down to the one that identifies your organism. So in this case, they were separating two species of Enterobacter from each other, and one was urea positive and one is urea negative, so they used that test to separate them out and said that they decided that their organism was Enterobacter. Okay, so I hope that helps. Just keep those few things in mind. One, you should only show the names where you eliminate them. So they should only show up one time on this logic tree, okay? You should not see E. coli listed 2-3 times somewhere. You see it only one time where you eliminated it. So count your tests, count your organisms, make sure you have 20. When you're done, make sure that you have spelled everything correctly. You do not have to use all of the tests that you ran. You're only choosing the tests that help you get to your identification, okay? So if you have questions, reach out, but I hope that answers the questions for you.